Hey, hello everyone and welcome back to Extreme Gaming Fever, and in today's video I'm going to give you some of the tips that I used in this series to get money really quickly. So let's get started, and we will start from tip number 1, which you can use when you start a new career. So the very first tip is sell crops from your silos. Now whenever you start a new career, you have pretty much 10,000 liters of each crop in your silos, and you probably never gonna use this unless you sell them. So if you sell all these crops, you will get a very good amount of money to start your farm. You can pretty much do anything. You can purchase a new field, you can upgrade your harvester, you can get a better tractor, maybe you can also upgrade your seeders and cultivators. Whatever you want to do, just sell these crops which are stored in your silo bunker. Now I did make this video when FS18 was came out, and a lot of people disliked this video. I don't know why. Maybe they were looking for a mod APK or some kind of hack, but that was a simple method which gives you a little bit money to start with. So let's move on to our next tip. So the next tip is also very similar to the previous tip, in which is the tip number 2, in which all you have to do is to sell your animals which you cannot manage. And simply that means is that all you need to do is that sell your pigs and sell your sheep, because when you start a new career, you are not in a position where you can feed all your animals. So at that time, these animals are just useless, and they are doing nothing, they are not giving you anything, so they are just there for no reason. So I'll just sell my animals to get some extra money, and I will invest that money to buy some cows, which will, if I provide them straw, they will give me manure, which is free of cost, fertilizer, and really, decrease your expenses. So it's a really great way to sell these animals. So let's move on to our next tip, which is the third tip. And in this tip, what we are actually going to do is to complete missions. Yeah, so missions randomly pops up on your screen. You have to be careful, and whenever you saw a mission that you have a mission, you just go and complete it. You don't need to harvest any crop, you don't need to take care of your animals. You literally have nothing to do, but you can get a very handsome amount of money, maybe in a minute or less. So it's a really great way to earn some extra money, which is really useful. So keep an eye on missions. So the next tip, which is the tip number 4, is also one of the most important tip in this video, and that tip is plant canola. Now there are a lot of crops which you can go with. You can also plant some sunflower, maybe you also plant the sugar beets, blah, but the most profitable crop is what you are looking for when you start a new career in this game. So when you start a new career, the most profitable crop is the canola itself. And the best thing about is that you don't need to purchase a separate header for your harvester in order to harvest canola. You can harvest the canola by just the harvester you have when you start a new career. So it's a really great crop. Make sure you plant this crop a lot to get a lot of money, and this is the very quick way to make a lot of money, because this crop is really profitable, and if you sell this on, maybe you will get a lot of money. So that was the tip number 4. Next tip is the tip number 5, which is also kind of very important. I don't know why I'm stucking today so much. By the way, the next tip is that use natural fertilizer. As I mentioned, you can invest your money to buy more cows, to purchase more cows. You can purchase a loading wagon and collect some straw, and then unload that straw to the cow farm. And when you provide your cows some straw, they will start producing manure, which is a free of cost fertilizer spreader, although you do need to purchase a manure spreader and a loading wagon, but that's one time investment, and then you will get a lot of fertilizer for free, and we all know that the fertilizer is very costly. So if you are going to use the solid fertilizer, whatever amount of yield you get, you already have paid for for that extra yield in the form of that expensive solid fertilizer. So don't use that solid fertilizer and use natural fertilizer. That was the tip number 5. So the next tip is once again, which is once again very important tip, and that tip is always look for high demands and sell crops when there's a high demand for that crop. So you can see that I have a high demand mission right here. So the harbor needs some sugar beets. Now sugar beets usually don't give that amount of money. You don't get that much money when you sell sugar beets, but you know what, now I'm probably going to get 3000 maybe per liter. I don't know what are the metrics of this game, but the thing is that I'm getting 3000 for sugar beets, which is really awesome. And you can see the amount of money I get after selling the sugar beets. So the next tip is the tip number 7, and this tip is also very important, and that is buy better or upgrade your tools and machines. So now this is very important because the more your time is really important in games like Farming Simulator 18. So if you have better equipment and better tools, then it's best that you it's probably the best thing that you will get your task done in less time, and you can spend that time while doing something else which is more important. So when you are to upgrade tools, then you will save some time, and you can spend that time doing something else which is important. And yeah, that was the tip number 7. So tip number 8 and the final tip of this video is that buy tools wisely. Now when I started this career, I need a new tractor. I could go with any random tractor, but I like to purchase a better tractor with the front loader. I may use the front loader very soon, but that's the point of this tip, is that try to upgrade, try to choose your tools and equipments wisely. You may have to consider what you need, what you really need, and then you need to invest your money in purchasing. And especially when you are going for the high-end tools and equipment, make sure you choose them wisely. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video will help you to get a lot of money really quickly in Farming Simulator 18. And if you like this video, then please make sure you leave a like for this video and subscribe for watching more content of Farming Simulation games. And I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye.